I think it's time for another story time, another sex coach story time, because, I've learned a lot from sexual encounters that I've had in my life, and today I am honoring you guys with the amazing, incredible story of how I lost my virginity. And then I'm going to go over the powerful and life-changing lessons that I learned from this experience. So, if that sounds interesting, join me on this journey as I relive my incredible, amazing first sexual experience. So there I was, a 17-year-old boy. Definitely not a man, a boy. And I'm just like every other 17-year-old guy, thinking, I want to have sex. That sounds cool. That sounds fun. And I also don't want to be the last of my friend groups to have sex because I need to be cool. Because losing your virginity makes you a cool person all of a sudden. Once you have sex, your whole life changes and you are now a man, a conqueror of women. It sounds awful. But as teenage men, sometimes we think that way. I don't know if I did, but anyway, we'll go with that. So I'm a junior in high school, and I moved around a lot as a kid. So this was my second high school of 3 total. So I actually went to 3 different high schools. I moved around a lot as a kid. I went to a bunch of different schools. So I was the new kid a lot. And in this school, I was the new kid. And I didn't know that many people. And I also watched a lot of porn. So I had somewhat of warped expectations of sex and kind of warped standards. Like I only wanted the hottest of the hot. But porn really made me kind of socially anxious and kind of a loser. And so I didn't have many sexual prospects at that time. I wanted them because, I watch porn, and so why wouldn't I want to do what they're doing in these porn movies, right? Because isn't that the goal? We want real life sex, right? So I have a neighbor who is a girl who is around my age. And, she is really interested in me. Me, on the other hand, I am not really that interested in her. I didn't really find her that attractive to me. But just the fact that she liked me, I was like, all right. I can do this, I'm fine. Which is the first lesson I learned from this experience, is to truly wait for someone that you actually care about, someone that you are actually really attracted to, that you actually want to have sex with. Don't just have sex with someone because they want to have sex with you and because that's your opportunity to lose your virginity and you somehow think that losing your virginity will change your life in some certain way. It certainly didn't for me, and I wish I had waited for someone that I could have had a better sexual experience with. But back to the story. So she's into me, I'm not that into her, but she wants to have sex with me. So I'm like, okay, here's my opportunity. And it's nice to be liked by someone. So I was probably leading her on, which is not a good thing either, but just to get that attention from someone feels good, even if you don't feel it 100% back. I wouldn't do it these days, but as a 17-year-old idiot like I was, yeah, I did some dumb things, and as long as we learn from these dumb things, then that's what matters, and as long as we don't hurt people. So we're texting back and forth, some steamy stuff, some sexual stuff, and this was back in the day when all we had were flip phones. It was actually the first phone I ever had, and it was junior year of high school, so nowadays I know people are getting phones in like middle school, which is crazy to me. Anyway, so I'm like doing this texting, and it's new, and it's the first time I've ever sexted with a girl, so that's like super fun as well, and super interesting and intriguing, and I'm like, whoa, you can actually do this? You can send messages like this that are sexual in nature, that are naughty? What am I doing? This is cool. We're talking about how, yeah, we're gonna have sex sometime. And I will say, side note, my dad actually found my phone and read all of these extremely embarrassing text messages on my phone, which even to this day, I'm like dying thinking about it. But yeah, I guess don't leave your phone right out there in public. Anyway, back to the story. So we schedule a time, and we're gonna do it. And so I go over to her house when her parents aren't there, just like every other young person that's losing their virginity does. They wait for the perfect time. I head over there. We're next door neighbors, so I just walk over there. We go into her room and we're like, so it's daytime, by the way, so fully bright, fully lit. It's not like a dark room or anything. And we're in there and we're just kind of like laying there. I'm extremely nervous. My heart is like pounding. I'm like, I don't know what to do really. I guess I'm gonna pull out some porn moves in my mind and like do some hardcore porno to her is probably what I was thinking. So we undress. There's not much foreplay at all. We're just kind of like, we want the thing. We want the sex. We want to lose our virginity. She's laying beneath me. We're in missionary. And I, the genius that I am, think, I've seen this in porn. I just have to like shove it in there. And so at full speed and full power, I just shove my penis in there. And I'm like, whoa, this is cool. But to my surprise, my sexual partner lets out this unbelievable scream of pain, of like, it was like a death scream. And so I immediately pull out and I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? And I'm like full panic mode at this point. And she's like, oh my God, it hurts so much. And I'm feeling awful. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. How could I have done this? Like, I'm such an idiot. And I might have hurt this person, so I'm feeling terribly. And she was fine. The scream was more of a scream of fear, I think, than pain. I think it did hurt a lot, but it was more of a shocking thing because, the genius that I was, I just went in without any foreplay or build up or anything like that. Which is lesson number 2, that you need to build up arousal. You need to do some foreplay. You need to get the juices flowing, get the body ready, especially for women. Men, it's easy because we are just there. Once we see a naked body, once we even get the idea we're gonna have sex, we're ready to go, right? Women, they need time to build up. They need time to think about it, to feel things, to kind of, get their body ready for the sex. And that was a good lesson that I learned at that point. So back to the story. I do this and we're about to go again, right? Because I'm like, I can do it better a second time. I'll go more slowly. When I'm about to do it and my phone rings. And of course, I'm like, oh, I gotta answer my phone during this sexual experience. And it happens to be my dad. And he's like, dinner's ready. Come home. What are you doing? Dinner's ready. And so I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta go. Maybe we can do this again later. And I seriously wrapped up that experience to go have dinner with my family because I am such a good boy. So, definitely my priorities were in line. So I never ended up having sex with this person again because they turned out to be a little psychotic and a little stalkerish, and they wouldn't leave me alone after that because I guess that one thrust was so amazing. It wasn't. Trust me, don't do that. What I learned from this experience is that you really should wait to lose your virginity. It is not worth it with someone that you don't care about, with someone that you are just having sex with to lose your virginity. Losing your virginity is not going to change anything about you except that you have this new experience in your life. It's not going to change who you are. It's not going to make you more of a man. It's not going to make you more of a woman. It's not going to do anything. It's just that you've had this experience. And so we kind of build up in our young minds that losing your virginity is like the coolest thing to do. Once we've hit puberty and we're ready to have sex, then that's like our primary goal in life, when it really shouldn't be. Your goal should be to find out who you are, find out who you're attracted to, meet people, connect with people. And then if you connect with someone really well, and you feel like you're ready to have sex with them, then you can have sex with them. And then the experience is going to be so much better. You're going to be more into it. You're not going to leave after one thrust because your parents made your favorite dinner. So there you go. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys thought this was somewhat entertaining. If you did, leave me a like, subscribe if you are new and want more sex advice, relationship advice, all that kind of stuff from me, a sex coach. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.